love Formula One because I'm intrigued by the amount of engineering that goes into it, the amount of speed these drivers take, and the risk-dare reward that comes with the sport itself.
Welcome to the first ever Formula One eSports Championships in Uganda. And this is proudly brought to you by Next Level Pro Gaming. And I'll be your commentator, Moses Echodo.
My name is Emron, and I will be your commentator for the first ever Ugandan eSports Formula One competition.
Racing for Makerere F1 community is Gerard, aka Hamilton. Racing for, that is Bugolobi community, that is Black Oak F1 community, you have Kadugala, that is Mohire. And then for the Gardens F1 club, the none other than Eric and B-Wall. They'll be racing for Gardens F1 club.
Hi, my name is Eric from Gardens, Nigeria F1 Club, Formula One enthusiast. I like Formula One, I like engines, I like speed, I like adrenaline. I've been driving from the age of 12.
My name is Mohire, aka Kadugala, and I'm going to be racing in the first ever eSports Championship at Next Level Gaming. I love speed because it is part of me. My family races, everyone in my family just goes as fast as they go. I love Formula One because of this particular reason, because these are very, very fast cars.
My name is Samuel King Sanya, and I love Formula One and motorsport purely for the adrenaline, the winning strategies, the cars, the overcuts and the undercuts, the competition. Catch me representing the Moving Ads Formula One community in Uganda's first ever eSports Formula One Championship.
What's up, people? My name is Gerald, also known as Hamilton. The reason why I like Formula One is basically my nickname, Hamilton, because he's a 7-time world champion. And he's done that as a black man, you know that's very possible. So I'm going to be there on the 17th of August, racing for the Makerere Formula One community at the Next Level Experience via Chevando alongside Gayaza Road. So be there to watch me because I got aggressive overtakes like Verstappen, though I'm a Hamilton fan.
Come support us for our first ever Formula One e-championships at Next Level Racing.
On the 17th of August, happening at Next Level Pro Gaming Arena. And that is at Akamwesi Mall along Gayaza Road. You don't want to miss anything.
We go. Kadugala in pole, Eric in second, Samuel King in third, tries to go into the outwards, trying to get the inside of the track, but Kadugala just about nicks it. Oh, and it's already a collision with Samuel King right there, between Samuel King and Timoth and Allen County in there. But we're resuming with, Allen County yet again knocks Hamilton out of the pack. But we resume with the race. That was Kadugala continues with his impeccable start to this race. Ooh, that's just too harsh. Kadugala will definitely be enjoying this because he's got a perfect start. He has the inside. Allen County is a little too aggressive. But you know what? He will not care about anything because all he wants is to be able to get ahead of Gerard. Oh, that was a fantastic overtake from Allen County. Goes off the track, but it's back on. B-Wall is in 11th. Allen County is in 6th. Gerard is in fourth, King in third, Eric in second, and Kadugala in first. Remember I said is that at the end of the day, what's going to happen is whoever gets to pit first will set Kadugala with the fastest lap of the race so far. He's had quite a fantastic race. Remember that in order for you to get that fastest lap, avoid any collisions, avoid any incidences where you get off the track, because then what means you've taken time off your timer, but also you've let the other drivers just about to get closer to you. B-Wall is climbing up the ladder, is now in 10th. Gerard continuing to haunt Samuel King. Still a little bit far away from Samuel King. There's a lot of gap to catch up with, but that's a beautiful overtake by B-Wall right there. He moves into 8th position. Ooh, and it goes off the track and breaks a little too hard for his own liking. And it drops yet again to 10th. So he has a mountain of work to do again. 3 cars right ahead of him. Gerard with 3 seconds behind Samuel King. Oh no, he's within the DRS zone. Can he be able to catch the man? Can he close that gap to much closer? Can he get into DRS zone? He seems to be closing it. It's 0.7 of a second for Gerard on Samuel King right there. Eric has 1.4 seconds on Kadugala. Can he close that gap? There could be drama as Samuel King and Gerard are giving each other just a little bit of a gap. Gerard is now 0.6 of a second on that is King. 0.5 of a second. Ladies and gentlemen, we could be getting into DRS, but there is a yellow flag in sector 1. But now we are good to go. Gerard continues to pile the pressure. B-Wall is in 7th, continuing with his hand to get into points position. Samuel King, what a drive, because he's kept Gerard Hamilton away from him. But it's now or never for Gerard. It's now or never, because it's what? 2 seconds. Oh no, that is Samuel King on that is Eric. It's now or never. Samuel King is hunting for that is Eric. And you can see that what is separating them is just 0.5 of a second. Kadugala with that fastest lap yet again seems to be very unmoved today, and he seems to have everything. Allen County very calmly hunting Gerard, so calmly, and setting that pace for himself. Gerard, commonly known as the drag master, today seems to really not be in shape for it. Eric as well, continuing to hunt Kadugala. That 1.3 seconds seems not to be getting away for him. Just cannot close the gap. Oh, there he goes. He's closing in on Kadugala. Is closing in so ever closely. Can Eric get closer? Can he close that gap? Kadugala again just whisks away. Samuel King is hunting Eric. Yellow flag, and it's B-Wall who is in the barriers. But we are back into racing. Samuel King is hunting Eric. But that's a good defensive driving by Eric right there. 1/10 of a second, 2/10 of a second. Can Samuel King get his man? Can he? Shakes him and goes wide. Could he be overtaking? Does he have the pace? Yes, he gets the pace. Oh, beautifully done by Samuel King. and beautifully defends. Eric gets the inside, but doesn't get the outside that he wants. And there he goes. Samuel King. What a beautiful overtake by the moving ads driver. Just a reminder that Kadugala is proudly sponsored by Black Oaks, a very common Formula One viewing area down in Bugolobi. Biwol and Eric are proudly supported by Gardens Nigeria F1 Club. So if you are a resident of the area, you may want to be able to catch your drivers on the 28th when the Formula One does return. Eric is now hunting Samuel King because guess what? For him, finishing outside the top two is not something he wants because the rivalry is between Kadugala and Eric. But Samuel King does not want to hear any of that. He wants to be part of the party. He wants to enjoy this. He wants to be able to take pole position. He wants to take the championship. Just a reminder that at the end of the day, the winner at the end of the season, Eric and Samuel King just colliding a little bit. Eric hunting his man ever so closely. 0.2 of a second separating the two drivers. Samuel King defending that inside so gently. Can Eric get in? Beautiful defense by Samuel King right there. Very beautiful defense. Like I was saying that at the end of the day, at the end of the season, when all is said and done, the winner of this championship will get to walk away with 1 million Uganda shillings as prize money. 1 million Uganda shillings as prize money. That's what the drivers will get to walk away with at the end of the day, at the end of the season. But this is just the first of the many races that we're going to be doing. And currently, like I was saying, Kadugala is in lead. Eric takes back his second position, but Samuel King will not let any of that distort him because he too wants to be part of the action. Gerard continues to be in that is fourth position. Not had the race that he would have wanted to have really. He's really struggled in this race, and yet Bahrain seemed to be his really good hunting area. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we have got to keep the eyes on Samuel King and Eric because these two are really going neck to neck because guess what? It's now 0.5 of a second separating Eric and Samuel King. Just 0.5 of a second separating these two drivers. So you don't want to miss any of the action at all. Kadugala just swinging away because guess what? He's driving his own race now, given that Eric has got to fend off Samuel King, who is breathing down his neck. And Gerard seems to be getting into the action as well. Oh no! Eric hit the barriers and is dropped into fourth. Because of that, he's dropped into fourth. And now, that could be a lifeline for Biwol, who also seems to be getting ever so closely. If only he could get past one of the AI drivers in Yuki Shinoda. Hunting Samuel King, but Samuel King is now hunting Gerard. Gerard putting in the pace. Kadugala has pitted. Eric is in the pit. These two may just have pulled off a master stroke if all goes according to plan. That just may be a master stroke from these two drivers. Kadugala now in third position. Gerard, who is yet to pit, is in pole position. Samuel King, again, who is also yet to pit, is in second. This is a moment for Buell to pit? Not yet. He continues the hunt and just gets into 6th position, but just not enough. Not enough. He needs to do so much more because Allen County is right behind him as well. 2 seconds separating the two drivers. Can Buell get the DRS he needs? He needs to stay within DRS zone because any time from now he is going to get that DRS that he much needs so that he can be able to overtake and get closer to Eric, who just pitted. Kadugala, who just came out, is in 3rd, and he may be having some of the action. Yellow flag. We are good to go. And Samuel King has pitted. Can Gerard continue with the push? Because he and Allen County are yet to pit. Kadugala just in second, waiting for when Gerard will be forced to pit. Eric in 3rd is also waiting for when Gerard will be forced to pit. Buell has pitted. That just might be a lifeline for him because everyone else has got to pit. And there goes Buell. Kadugala is really having a race of his life because he finds himself with another fastest lap. Gerard continues to lead this race, but he is yet to pit. How is forcing those soft tires to continue racing? It's quite frankly speaking impressive for all of us, really. Kadugala in second, Eric in 3rd. And Gerard has now pitted. He has created a 12-second gap between him and Kadugala, which only means that he is going to come out behind Eric. Behind Eric is where he's going to come out from. Can he come out? But Samuel King is really pushing Eric, and now Samuel King is in second and Eric is in 3rd. Allen County is here to pit. Gerard and Eric and Samuel King are giving us quite a race, really. Quite a race. Quite the race these guys are having. Oh, that may have cost Samuel King a little bit of time because he was within 0.2 of a second on Eric, and now he finds himself with 0.6 of a second because guess what? He went off track for just about a second. But what a driver he is, because he's back within 0.3 of a second. Eric has got to be able to pull away from this driver because the man he's chasing, Kadugala, just keeps running away from him. Look at these two going at each other. 0.5 of a second separating the two drivers. You get to wonder whether it is the fact that the track is just not favorable for that is Eric, or it's a case of the driver and it's Buell in the barriers yet again. Ooh, what a tight defense that is by Eric. Eric trying to get away, and Alan goes on the outside, but Eric protecting his inside. continues to push King away. King getting the inside. Can he be able, pushes him off track and then protects the inside of the track and goes so smoothly out to protect his lead. But Samuel King is just not giving up just yet. Beautiful driving by these two drivers. A reminder that Samuel King is driving for moving ads, and Eric is driving for Gardens F1 Club. Samuel King pushes out, tries to get into the outside, but he doesn't have the inside to overtake Eric. Again, Eric protecting his inside just ever so smartly, and that's what experienced driving will do for you, because you know what, when you are going to overtake, you need the inside because it gives you that push on the outside, and that's what exactly Eric is doing. He's protecting his inside, and Samuel King is struggling with that. But Samuel King, what a drive, because they get onto the straight and Samuel King just might be able to overtake him. He gets ever so closely, he gets DRS, and he is overtaking Eric Okuni. Oh, beautiful driving by Eric. He goes wide and protects. No, that's beautiful. Oh, and it's a yellow flag for Samuel King, who is knocked by Eric, but he gets back on track, and that may just be the lifeline that Eric needed, because now it is Gerard who is chasing him down, trying to catch up with the Red Bull driving Gardens F1 driver. Samuel King now has a lot of work to do yet again, because if he is to get into pole positions, he needs to be able if he is to get into podium position, he needs to overtake Gerard, and I hope that no one overtakes him yet again. It's just 12 laps of the 29 so far. Kadugala continuing with that. I mean, if anyone has taken advantage of a perfect start, it has got to be Kadugala, because he is in pole, Eric is in second, but Kadugala has a whole 6 seconds on Eric, and you get to wonder whether it will take another pit for him to be forced into second. That's the only wonder right now for anyone, because if he is able to continue with this driving, then he gets to win the Bahrain Grand Prix. But you know what, there's just so many laps to go, and you just cannot predict what can happen between now and lap 29. Gerard is hunting Eric, and is just 0.6 of a second behind, that is Eric. Kadugala is really putting in a fine performance today, because at 6.4 seconds you can hardly think that Eric will be able to catch him up. But Gerard, who calls himself Lewis Hamilton of Uganda, is now within 0.5 of a second, and he's just set the fastest lap, 0.4 of a second. That may be the difference today. Can Eric defend himself from the hungry Gerard? Look at them go at it. Eric, ever so closely defending that inside line. Ever so gently defending it, and then swinging wide just at the perfect time. Gerard is getting a little frustrated because now he's gone way wide than he would have wanted and spread that gap into 5 seconds. So he's got to cover it up, because if he is to get into DRS zones, he needs to be within 0.4 of a second to get that DRS support. Gerard continuing with the hand. We may just forget about Kadugala because he's racing a race of his own. But it's Samuel King coming ever so closely. B-Wall is 20 seconds behind Allen County, and he has a lot of driving to go before he can get closer. He may want to avoid another collision, because another collision may just mean that he's a minute behind. And who is in the barriers? Gerard continuing to hunt Eric. Look at that, 0.4 of a second just behind the man. But Eric, again, with all the experience he's had, is defending the inside ever so closely. Could Gerard get that DRS? No, he's not able to get the DRS, so he has to wait just a little longer to get another straight line, or better yet, overtake from within the corners, which will be very difficult for him because, oh, and there goes Gerard flying way off the track, but he comes back so neatly and is again within 0.3 of a second of Eric. Coming into this race, the battle was between Eric and Kadugala, but Kadugala is showing that it's not about anything, it's about the driver. And Gerard gets his man, he overtakes Eric, but Eric comes back in and gets the inside. It's back. They're just exchanging positions, these two drivers. That's all I can say. They're just exchanging these positions. Eric, can he get away from his man? Or is this how we're going to go all the way till the end of the race? You may want to know that for Eric to overtake, he needed the inside, and that's what I was talking about earlier on, that if you want to overtake, you need the inside. And Eric has entered the pits for his second pit. What tires is he going to go for? He goes for the yellow tires, and those are the medium tires. Fast enough? Can they take him the entire race? Just maybe. Just maybe. Just maybe. Eric behind Samuel King by a whole 18 seconds. Samuel King 4 seconds behind. 4 seconds behind. That is Gerard. Kadugala with 5 seconds on Gerard. Well, it seems Gerard may just have been the guy to hunt down Kadugala because everyone else was not closing the gap down, but it seems Gerard is managing to close down that gap a little faster than everyone else was able to do. Allen County has really struggled today, and yet this has been always his playing ground. A reminder that these gentlemen had time to practice yesterday, they had time to practice on Tuesday, and now is the day of judgment. Who will take it home? Kadugala was here as rain was pouring and everyone was scrambling for tea or other sources of warmth. He was here for practice. Gerard trying as much as he can to close the gap between him and Kadugala. Samuel King pushing ever so hard as well to close down that gap. Kadugala, as Allen County, did he just push B-Wall off track? Or could it be that B-Wall took a bad turn? But he's still within time. He has 4 seconds. B-Wall will need to get so close to Eric because it's a team effort, it's teamwork. Can he get closer to his teammate? Gerard trying to close down the gap. Gerard has overtaken a back marker. He's hunting Kadugala like Kadugala stole something. Perhaps Kadugala stole a little bit of, I don't know. Did Kadugala run away with Nyash? Because now it's 5.5 seconds between the two drivers. And Samuel King is in the pits. The room is getting warm. The drivers are sweating. And not just a bit, but a lot. They are sweating a lot. They are sweating a lot. Samuel King is back out. Allen County overtakes. B-Wall is in the pit again. What's he going for? He's gone for mediums. He has exactly 9 laps. Those mediums should be able to last him those 9 laps. It's now a question of, can he get himself so close to Eric? Eric will be hoping that a pit for Gerald or Kadugala will give him the lifeline that he needs. That's all that he will be looking for. Eric, a whole 21 seconds behind Gerard, is in no man's land. He's in a place where he would really rather not be. But that's where he finds himself. Like I said, Kadugala is having the race of a lifetime. He's racing for everything and everyone. Kadugala or Gerard is really doing that amazing chase. Quite amazing a chase that is. If there ever was a man to do the job for that is Makerere Formula 1 community, it definitely had to be Gerard, because he's closed the gap between him and Kadugala from 6 seconds to now 6.4 seconds with 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go. Can he do it? Can he bring the Bahrain Championship home for the Makerere community? If Kadugala pits, he most definitely is abandoning that pole. But he could be able to maintain the podium positions because Eric is a whole 21 seconds behind. B-Wall, the hand for Samuel King, is not as beautiful as Serere is for him today. For Samuel King, he was earlier on in podium positions, and a few errors here and there have found him a complete 29 seconds outside that pole position. What he will pray for is that the top 3 get into accidents or collisions and we have a yellow flag. And that, a safety car may just be what he needs to be able to get back into action. But as it looks now, the race is between Gerard and Kadugala. Who gets to take this championship home? Who gets to be the winner of the first ever next level Formula 1 E championships in Uganda? who will be the driver that takes it home. Kadugala just maneuvering those apexes so ever closely. And Kadugala is continuing with his fight, but it's Gerald who finds himself in the pit. Is this the moment for Eric to be able to get into second position? Gerard has a little bit of a distance to cover in that pit lane. Where is Eric? Is he just within the space? And Gerard comes out right ahead of Eric. And there is Gerard. He maintains his position. Oh, beautiful stuff by the Makerere Formula 1 community to protect Gerard's lead. Wonderful. But can Eric use his warm tires to be able to overtake Gerard? Oh, this is going to be quite a chase. But Gerard, oh my, look at that drag. He seems to be running away from his attacker. That is just beautiful stuff from Gerard. Beautiful stuff. Kadugala just may need to avoid anything related to pitting, because any pit for him now certainly means he comes out and Kadugala is in the pit. Can he come out ahead of the two drivers? Because by all means, the chances of him coming out behind Eric are quite ever so closely high. But he may just be able to protect that lead. Just maybe. Just maybe. And he's protected that lead, because guess what? No one has crossed that line yet. The other two drivers have just arrived, and now the hunt is on for Kadugala. For Gerard, this is it. This is what separates men from boys. Gerard may be a boy from Makerere, but he may be a man on track. Kadugala are really going at each other, but this may play out in favor of Eric, because as the two are going neck and neck, this just may play out in favor of Eric, because as the two are going neck to neck, they give him leeway to get back in, but they are really getting away from him. 4 whole seconds from the Gardens F1 Club driver. Kadugala not blinking. Gerard not afraid to attack. He knows this track. He understands this track. He breathes this track, and so he says he's won more races on this track than any other driver. But could this just be the moment that Kadugala takes it home? Oh, that's beautiful driving by Kadugala. Gerard continuing with the hunt. Eric patiently waiting and pushing and trying to get ever so closely to his opponents. Kadugala is utterly unbothered by it. Gerard just went off track right there. Can he push? Can he get his man? Can he get within DRS zone? 0.5 of a second separating the two drivers. Now 0.6 of a second. Samuel King just again went off right there. He started off so beautifully, and now everything seems to be falling off for him. But he will be very happy that the difference between him and B-Wall is a whopping 28 seconds. This is probably the time when B-Wall will need to go back to Teso and eat a little bit of amukeke, because this driving is very uncharacteristic of him. Kadugala, Black has the midnight oil. The gentleman is really driving like he eats enough a shabu. But Gerald, with all the Rolexes he eats at Makerere, with all the half chips and half pilau he eats, is not giving Kadugala enough room to breathe. Look at them go. Kadugala has got to protect his inside if he's able to fend off Kadugala. And now, Kadugala will be very happy that there's a benchmark ahead of him that he can use to get some bit of DRS to push away from Gerard. Please, as you are able to see our drivers literally fidgeting and sweating on your screens. Remember to stay with us. Ah, there you go, the benchmarkers. Gerard utterly not leaving anything to chance. We have 5 laps to go. Who will be crowned the King of Bahrain? Will it be Biwol? Certainly not. Samuel King? Utterly not. Allen County? Very off day for him. Will it be Eric? He seems to be. Gerard may just have pushed Kadugala off the track, and now whoever gets the inside, that is where the drama will be, and Gerard just gets the inside. But can Kadugala get the next inside? Yes, he may have, and he's pushed off the track and they collide. And yet again, what I said was that this is what Eric will need, because for him, he will close the gap within these 2 drivers. Gerard, very, very poor sportsmanship and very poor driving. They crashed. And there he goes. What a beautiful overtake by Kadugala. Or could it be that Gerard gave back position because of how poorly he drove? That's Biwol for you. He's having quite a race today. Just not the race Gardens F1 team would have wanted. Allen County now 17 seconds ahead of Biwol. Rather 7 seconds ahead of Biwol. Can Biwol be able to get closer to his man? Gerard is in pole with 3 laps to go, but Kadugala is 0.3 of a second right behind Gerard and is hunting him down, because guess what? Kadugala came into this championship as the man to beat. And Kadugala goes into pole. Does he have the inside? Kadugala is pushed off and Gerard gets the inside. These 2 are going at it. If you remember the movie Face Off, these 2 are actually doing exactly that. They are literally facing off. Gerard trying to run away from his man. Kadugala will not be happy that he went off track. Kadugala, we are now using Kadugala's cam to be able to see Gerard. He's hunting him down. Can he get ever so closely? Can he get close to the DRS zone? Just not yet. But now he is within DRS zone. The next straight line may just be what he needs to be able to get into that top position that he wants. 2 laps to go. 0.6 of a second separating the two drivers. Can Kadugala get closer? Can Gerard pull away? Can he create the distance? Nothing should distract any driver as we speak. But Kadugala is getting ever so closely. 0.3 of a second. He squeezes the inside. And that is beautiful defense. Gerald, what a race. Came from behind and overtook Kadugala. Kadugala will not be happy with this race because he had this race in his hands. Everything was going on for him until when he pitted. But Gerard Hamilton will not mind any of that because for him it was all about winning. And my oh my, has he done it? Has he won it? Eric of Gardens Nigeria comes in 3rd. Samuel King of Moving Ads comes in 4th. Allen County comes in 5th. What a race these gentlemen have had. What a fast race we have had. It is ultimately the kind of race that we all wanted to see. Ultimately, the kind of championship that everyone wants to have. And my oh my. But you have got to feel for Kadugala. Utterly not happy with himself because he knew, his team knew that this race was in store for them. We are with the man of the hour, the man of the day, the champion of Bahrain, and that is none other than Gerald. Gerald, your experience. I mean, you started off where?
P10.
P10.
Actually, it was P11. Aren't you 11 guys? Yeah. That's why
Were you the driver of the day?
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
It was very tight. It was very tight.
You're even emotional. Are those tears we're saying?
I not sleep. My friend sleep.
Yeah.
You think that's very, yeah, I can't even say anything. It's just, but honest, Kadugala is a good driver though. Made me have a run for my money, but it was just warming up my speed. So that's what's up.
I saw that for you, as others were rushing into the pit, you took your time, created a bit of 12-second gap between you and Kadugala, who was in 2nd, and that enabled you to come out just right behind him and give him a run for it.
Yeah, as I say, this game is not all about driving. It's about the brains as well. So some of us flex more of this than this. So that's why I was able to beat him eventually. Maybe he could borrow a lift from me or two. But yeah, he's a good driver though.
I'm sure when he goes back home, he'll watch this interview and he will know that he needs to really push in for the next race. But overall, the experience that you've had today, with the championship run that you've had today, the kind of race that you've had today, what would you say for the members out there?
Just wow. As in, imagine starting from P11, you climb up to like P3, then like a guy at P4 knocks you down first lap. It's just what is just wow, adrenaline. There's a lot of adrenaline. Yes, I really need sleep. I'm so tired.
Right. Well, we'll definitely give you room to go and get yourself some rest. And thank you so much. And congratulations yet again on winning the first ever eSports Championship organized by Next Level. What a race you've had.
Thank you.
What a race you've had. Good luck. Well, that was Gerald Hamilton for you, the first champion of the Next Level eSports Championship that is organized here at the Kamwesi Mall. And you definitely want to be able to come through yourself. My goodness, what a race that was, yeah?
Wow. Lost for words, disappointed.
Yeah.
Could have taken the win. Yeah. But it happened in the last laps and he caught me off with the strategy. And I saw him in the pits and I kept out. I was like, it's gone by. I had to fight to the last lap, but I felt a bit cheated. I felt a bit hard done, you know. I hope it doesn't happen in the next couple of races. We should keep it clean and on the road. Yeah, but overall, it was a good race. I enjoyed the fight. I enjoyed the fights behind me. I could see them. Yeah, but we keep on fighting for better results in the next races.
Right. You know, you spoke about how everything was kind of falling apart and all that stuff, but overall, this was a great experience, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely. The experience was great. It was fun. Of course, the pressure kicks in towards the end. A couple of laps to go, about 7. I thought I could have won. Yeah, but
you definitely win within you. 6 seconds between you and the next
and I started well. But he drove well. He's a good driver, but we'll do it better next time.
Right. What message do you have out for the Black Oak community?
Well, definitely. First of all, thank you, Black Oak. Thank you, J Haas. Thank you, Rabba. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Next Experience, not Timo, and thank you, everyone. But we are going for the win next week.
Right. There is still a lot of races to go, and I know that you have now 2 weeks to prepare for the next race, which we are going to be announcing very soon. So the hope is that you will be able to capitalize on that time to prepare for the next race. So with that being said, any words for people? Because I know right now you're just full of disappointment with yourself. You're beating yourself up.
So much, but the words are keep the faith, and thank you for the fans. I saw all the messages. I'm really happy. But next race we're winning. Thank you.
Right. Well, B-Wall came into this race. The expectations were high, and he went in for a very clean drive, and it kind of cost him because everyone else was literally aggressive on that track. B-Wall, not the race you wanted.
Not the race I wanted, but seeing as I had only just been promoted from F2 to F1, I guess it's not a bad start. I'm also sure that if all the penalties had been there, if we had had a safety car, which was supposed to be there, maybe things would have panned out well. But overall, I'm happy with what happened. It's a good first race for me. Yeah.
And you think that with everything changing in the next race, with the track becoming a little harder next race, you will still be able to capitalize on so many things.
Yeah, look, if somebody's coming from behind you and they push you off the track, surely there's supposed to be a 3-second penalty or a 5-second penalty, But there were no penalties, so people were, shoving us left, right, and center. And some of us who are used to clean drives, we didn't know how to deal. But that being said, it was a very enjoyable race. I loved it. I've been seeing the highlights, and it was quite competitive, and I'm looking forward to more of these races.
Right. I mean, when you look at all of this, what message do you have for the club that you represent, and that is the Gardens F1 club?
Yeah, first things first. I think everybody who watches Formula One with Nigeria Gardens is passionate about this sport. And if you can make some time, come over to Akamwesi Mall this side in Gayaza, next level, and just try out this experience. It's very, very awesome. Come, spend some time here, and whenever we are racing, you can support us. There will be links shared live on YouTube. You can be able to watch us from wherever, and we can see if we can get that championship.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about support. I'm sure you want to have a few T-shirts on.
Absolutely.
The weather doesn't look nice, so you want a hoodie. I know these things. And if a rich man comes and wants to sponsor you, why not?
Yeah. And I mean, for some of us who are fairly advanced in age, for this Formula One thing, it's a very exciting experience. Obviously, when you're racing with younger drivers, the buck is on you to try and show them that age is nothing but a number. But young people are very agile. They are very dominant on the racetrack, and our role, the quick reflexes. Sometimes you're in there, you're sweating, and the boys are fresh.
So you're sweating.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, my friend.
You needed a drink to cool you down.
But so my message to folks out there who are in my age bracket, guys who are approaching NSSF benefits and whatnot, come and try out this thing. Come with your kids. Maybe they'll be better than you. It's a very, very wonderful experience.
All right, thank you so much. I know that this is not the race you wanted for your team and everyone back at home. And we saw the kind of support you had as a team on your side. But overall, quite an interesting beginning for you. And we hope that in 2 weeks' time you'll be ready for the next championship race. Absolutely. And just a reminder, 1 million shillings is up for grabs for the winning team. And that's where you see everyone is throwing everything at the kitchen sink. Well, Samuel King started off well, had a good race until the last 10 laps of the race. That is where everything just fell apart for him. Samuel, what was the experience like for you?
The competition was good. Given the circumstances, I think it's a good start. Qualified P3 but finished P4, not too bad. There's a number of races I think I could make up pace and be in contention for the championship. But it was good. It was a good experience for the start.
You think the moving ads community will be happy with your result that you take back?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. I mean,
it's not the best that we would have wanted. Pole is the goal.
Yes.
But P4 isn't too far from pole, so yes.
Well, we certainly do believe that in the next race you'll be able to put up a performance, because today things just didn't go your way, especially after that pit.
Yes.
You came out and suddenly you found yourself 20 seconds behind, and then you had a spin. I mean, just didn't work out for you.
It didn't. The strategy actually wasn't good. I thought it was in the moment, but after that pit, it just wasn't good. So it's something to work upon as well, given the next race. So I think I'll come in strong next time.
Right. What message do you have out for the viewers out there who probably are Formula One fans or don't know much about Formula One?
Given our country, we hardly have tracks for motorsport, and this is the closest you can get to competitive motorsport and the whole experience. So come through. Yeah. Right.
Thank you so much, Samuel. We wish you nothing but the very best in the next race, and we'll surely be able to see you. So you want to come and practice a little bit more, and so that the next race doesn't catch you off guard, yeah?
Of course.
And probably, talk to your team, the strategies, eh?
Yes. Thank you.
Right, so much. That is Samuel. He finished 4th in this race, and my, what a race he had at the beginning. But again, like he said, the strategies did mess him up, and the hope is that he's able to refine that in the next race. But with us now, we have the man who was in 3rd position, and that is none other than Eric, who races for the Gardens F1 Club. Eric, what was this race like? Because we came into this race, the expectation was that it's going to be between you and Kadugala, and that is how the battle started. It was actually the two of you. How was the race, and where did it go wrong for you?
The race was okay. We just had a few mistakes on strategy.
Yeah.
I began soft, then I went for the medium, so I could not catch up with the front runners when they pitted in for the softs. But overall, it's a good experience, though we need to be more strict on the rules. Okay. We need to be specific on punishing certain drivers who may not be clean. Okay. But it was a good experience, yeah.
Generally, it was a good experience.
It was a good experience.
Okay. Yeah. When you look at the experience that you've had, what's the message that you have out for your members out there?
The message is come and try it out. It's fun. This is where you get and be in the seats of a. How can I call this?
For those who always try to troll Veto this is when they get to spin.
So it's not easy. You have someone defending you, then you also have to overtake. So you have to use a lot of common sense and to make it at the end of the day. But overall, it's a good experience.
I saw how you were protecting the inside of your when you were defending against Gerald. Just walk us through what was going through your mind right there.
Now, of course, when you have someone who is behind you, but still you have to look for someone in front of you. So you cannot give up the position for someone who is behind. Yeah. But as you keep on defending, you keep on losing the person who is in front. So it's 1 second, 2 seconds, 7 seconds. So you end up losing on the race.
Right. I know that the next race is going to be announced by the committee that is organizing these races. How prepared are you for the next race, or you want first to go off and rest off of this and then come back and prepare for the next race?
5 minutes we can go in for the next race. We are ready for the next race. We are ready for the next race. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much, Eric, and we wish you nothing but the very best in the next race.
Right.
I know that's coming up in 2 weeks' time.
Okay.
So, yeah, we can't wait to see what you have in stock for us.
All right. Okay, thank you very much. Please come and watch, come and support us next time. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. And for the Gardens F1 Club, you definitely want to be able to back your man, Eric, and B-Wall. And they are the ones that have been racing for you. Yourself. Next time we'll be announcing, keep it locked on all our social media platforms. We'll be announcing on Twitter, we'll be announcing on TikTok, we'll be announcing on TikTok. But if you're unable to come through to watch the races, you can't be able to watch it live on YouTube. So you want to be able to look out for that as well. Our YouTube channel, just go look for Next Level Experience, subscribe, and you'll be able to get it. Remember, the winner at the end of the season gets to walk away with 1 million Uganda shillings. You heard that right. 1 million Uganda shillings is at stake for this championship. So you definitely want to find someone to support. For the teams that have been supported, you want to support your drivers as well to be able to keep coming to practice and prepare for the next race. Bye for now. Until next time.